I would like to welcome you all to the scumbag era. That basically is just me saying that I'm gonna do what I want to do, play the games I want to play, which is what I've been doing this entire time. But I've always tried to make things enjoyable to an audience that doesn't exist, and I'm kind of done doing that. I like making these videos. I like editing these videos. I'm just gonna do this for me. So effectively, I'm not like worried about what YouTube considers like advertiser friendly because I'm not getting ads anyway, and I'll probably never be able to. So here's the deal: if you like what I do, leave a comment, subscribe, maybe share it with somebody else that you might think is good. If you don't like it, fuck it. Go ahead and tell me that you don't like what I'm doing. Yes, I'm not supposed to swear in the first minute, but I don't care. No ads, and that's kind of the plus side to this channel. I'm effectively wild westing it. I can do whatever I want. I hope you enjoy the show. Peace out. That's baffling.
Please connect the controller to continue. Like to save your game?
I already did.
Hmm.
Okay, we're good. I think I saved it in the last episode. But yeah, so in the last toward the end of the last episode, we were discussing minorities who feel it's
becoming presidents.
Yeah.
And now.
Well, we were discussing minorities who support Donald Trump and how baffling it seems to be. And it's not that, like, I guess honestly, like, the reason it's weird is because we understand that he doesn't like minorities.
Like, in general, like, it's one of those things, like, if you watch Trump at a rally and you don't watch anything else, you just listen to the words he's saying, don't question the words he's saying, like, you just completely put your head in the sand and just agree with whatever he's saying, then yeah, I can understand that.
I don't.
Because yeah, he just constantly says, yeah, I'm for those black people.
I'm the best. Like, he really does feel that he's the best president. He's been one of the best presidents for black people that have ever existed. Like, straight up. Like, he believes that. And I don't know how, I understand why he feels that way. But, like, my reasoning is that he feels that way only because he doesn't really value black people. So he feels that, like, whatever he's done has been great. You know what I mean?
I mean, it must be.
Like, I don't really need to do anything for you in the slightest. But, you know, so if I have done anything for you, it's clearly good. Like, what other president has done anything for black people? Well, Obama did a lot for black people. Like, he did. But I'd also like to say, like, if you choose to go, like, on, like, TikTok, hell, honestly, if you've been checking out my Facebook page, which none of you have, at least none of you should be, but I guess I meant Mark. I've been sharing a lot of TikTok about not necessarily, like, one, how anti everything Donald Trump is.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, did you know?
And it's not like that hard to do it.
Nah. I'm not happy about it, but, like, no, like, because I've learned a lot about this man over the past couple of weeks. Because that's basically all me and your bros send each other back and forth is TikToks about how awful Trump is. And it's never just slander. Like, I like to explain, like, get that out there. It's not slander, like, you know, exclusively. Because I left this, like, I don't remember, like, how long ago it was, but it was a couple of weeks ago. I made this post about Donald Trump, and I said something along the lines of, to the people who like to the people who like don't who support him, like I forgot what the fuck I said. I said something just simply like, you know, why do you support this man? Like this, that, and the third. And some lady who I don't know commented on my post, and she said something along the lines of, like, what has Kamala Harris done for us? Sorry, what has Kamala Harris done for us as what has she done for us as vice president? And the only thing I can say to that is, what do y'all think the vice president is supposed to do? Mark, do you know what the vice president does?
You know, I wish I could say I do, but I don't.
You actually probably do. But you probably assume that it's deeper than what you think it is. So,
because I just kind of assumed they like kept the president in check.
Close. They do what the president tells them to do. That's it. There's no more to it than that. Like, they are the head of the Senate only if the Senate is split 50-50 on a decision. The vice president in that situation is that's all. Any other time, like, they are what you are to me right now. They are basically there to keep the president, to be honest with him, to tell him the truth, to tell him like, hey, I don't agree with what this is. I don't think this is a good idea. Because what did like Biden said that when Obama picked him as his running mate, he said, I want you to be the last guy in the room. And basically what that means is, I need you to, after we make some, wow, one shot. After we're in a board meeting or we're doing whatever, when it's all said and done, I want you to tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Did I do good? Did I make the right choice? Based on what our morals are, what we chose, you know, what our platform is, as far as like when I chose you to help me run the country. Will this stay in line with what we want? Ah, man. That's it. That's their job. Yeah. So to say that Kamala isn't very good at her job, she's not very good, is like, isn't she?
I like to point out that people say shit like that, like they have an answer.
She didn't.
Because like, people's thing usually is like,
yeah.
Their thing is usually like, well, Trump, like, you know, Trump's done everything good, but your president's done this and this and this. Like, why don't you ever point out the bad things your president does?
Because
I won't say, like, nobody does that.
Oh no, don't get it twisted.
Hold everyone accountable.
We clown Biden for being an old sleepy man. We do. Like, I chose Biden not because I thought he was the best for the job. I chose Biden because he wasn't Trump. Between the two of them, don't get it twisted, between the two of them, Biden was the best select because he had already been president. He knew what he was doing. Like, he did. Like, you can say, well, he's made some mistake. Like, what was it? People who say, like, well, gas prices are higher and this, that, and the third. It's like, food prices being higher, not Biden's fault. That's Trump's fault. Because he put us in a massive fuck off deficit. There ain't that like the
Because in general,
motherfucker.
like something that people don't ever think about is like most of the stuff that the president goes through can usually be accounted for by the people who came before them.
Yeah.
Because Trump put a fuck ton of people in place that like do bad shit. That's why the Supreme Court is as bad as it is.
Yeah, that motherfucker put people in he put people where he put them so that they would be on his side.
Yeah. Also, just to say, if you've not been on Twitter lately, which I don't go on Twitter a whole lot, but Twitter gives you nothing but Trump ads now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's because
Yeah.
Elon just sucks Trump's dick like
Something
there's no-
fierce. Yeah.
But in general, like, yeah, it's not the best choice, but like, it's a choice that won't get you mauled.
I mean, no. Don't get it twisted. Like, Kamala? No, she's the choice.
Yeah.
If you are
I will say Kamala is the best choice we've had in a while.
yeah.
Like, at the very least, she's not like a old man like who's white, like that is on their deathbed making decisions for people who like weren't even alive when they were middle aged.
Oh, I was just supposed to hit you. Okay.
This thing's existence is because there is a fat ass Medusa that just slithers on papers.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a boss fight.
Yeah, it seems like it. Because she's tough.
And I was about to say, and I haven't died to her yet. And I'm really glad I didn't say it out loud. The fucking... What was the point of that?
One of the funniest things to me at this point is like the fact that Trump is trying to like convince people that Kamala Harris is like DGIing people into her rallies. Like that people aren't actually coming to her like political rallies.
Remember how I said that like how I said like Trump supporters can't conceive of themselves being wrong? Like they just can't? That's why. Like they're just like him. He can't be wrong. Like he can't conceive the idea that somebody would like her more than him. It's not on the table for him. God damn it, I'm gonna slam it with a jam it. Yeah, it's like...
I mean, because we've gone over this like a million times, but Trump, for them, because they felt... The people who, like, back Trump, like there's no tomorrow, are the people who are always racist and knew that the world was changing, and they were like,
I hate
God,
this.
I hate this fucking shit. But it's what it is. It's how the world is. And then this man comes along and says, no, things should be like this. And they're like, yeah, thank God. This person gets
somebody gets it. Somebody understands. Yours are horrible, and they should not be happy ever. I censored myself.
This country really is going to be great again. He's going to make America great.
Which is why, like, so many people were like, When you say make it great again, who was it great for the first time?
I mean, you can only look at policies so many times and see who it's benefiting to be like,
Oh,
yeah,
so you,
who's the yeah.
who's this for? Who is this for? No, you, and like that's why I caught this video of this guy who was like, to the people who to the people who vote for Trump, like, why don't you just tell the truth? Why don't you say exactly what it is, like why you're choosing to vote for him? And he was like, because you say it's this, and then he like proved how that's incorrect, and then at one point y'all said it was this, and then he proved how that was incorrect. And when I do a good job, when I beat the boss, I always make it look like it was easy.
I mean, because that's usually how it goes. It's like either you do really, really well, or you just absolutely
get destroyed. Sacrifice 5 enemies to appease the sisters. Stone them with Gorgon stare. Finish them off by shattering them. Okay, well first off, I should stand back.
I haven't been around since that thing, like that thing with the Olympic thing where the woman got accused of being transgender and like everybody was
everybody
very upset about
was
it.
upset about it because because if we're gonna be racist, we might as well be homophobic and transphobic. Yeah, what about it?
But yeah, she wasn't. I mean, she wasn't trans.
No. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I already knew that. But like, to further go on, like, did anybody respond after that? The people?
Yeah, nobody cared.
Like,
yeah, nobody cared.
Well, I mean, she's suing them. At
Good.
This point. Like
good.
Like everybody. I'm trying to think specifically who she's. Trump is one of them. J.K. Rowling is one of them.
Okay.
She's suing all these people.
I don't know why she's suing Trump and J.K. Rowling. Like, she should be suing because it's the boxing people who kinda. I really think that none of this was our business. Is the only real way I can word that. Like, I really don't think that we needed to know that, that was how her body worked. Is it gonna come back down? It is not. Okay, cool. But for those who may be unaware,
even the person that would like, for just reference, like even the person who like was saying like, I quit the fight because I felt for my life that like was in danger and stuff.
Sue that bitch.
She's even said like I didn't handle it. I no, she's come back and said like
I didn't do that right.
I feel bad for everything that's happened to her because I didn't do that right. Like I wish I could just apologize to her and take it all away.
Because I think like she really doesn't understand. I think like she didn't get that like it was gonna be this way.
Like, because you're the best where you are.
Yeah.
Where you are.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of like boxers in general don't, like competitors in general fail to like piece together, is like when you are competing, let's say in your hometown, it's totally understandable that you like when you beasting motherfuckers where you live, it totally makes sense that you would, believe, no, I'm great. It's like, yeah, it's, you know what? A way to help make it make sense here, people who play video games with their friends, you might be better than all of your friends at Smash Bros. That don't mean you better than everybody in your town, let alone your state or the country. That's probably surface. Is this? What the fuck? Oh, this isn't. Oh, do I have to hold it? What's happening? But no, like she was a transvestite. She was not a transgendered or a transsexual. She was simply a transvestite. She was somebody born with both sets of chromosomes. Like, and like, I guess you could argue, yeah, but she has like the physical, like the physical whatevers of a man. It's like, does she though? It was like, who's to say that? Like it's kind of weird for you to, make that assumption. Where am I going?
I mean, I'd like to point out in general, like, he's lost fights against, completely, like, biologically, like, defined women who have no, like, they were just completely a woman from birth and, like, they had no complications with how their body is. She's lost plenty of times.
Yeah. Like, you weren't
I mean,
you
again,
were good,
like,
but you weren't great.
Just one of those things of, like, the Olympics have like a standard thing where they look at your body, they look at your ability, and check to see like if everything is on fair ground. And if they say, yeah, like this is fine, then guess what? It's fine.
But here's what happened. For those who don't know, they spoke to. Hell. They spoke to the Boxing Association in America, and they, because she wanted to box for them, and so they did their test to see, what was she, and they decided that no, she can't like box in the. Hold on, I'm trying to have a conversation here. And y'all just you're not respecting it. Ow. So yeah, I definitely get a lot of rage a lot faster.
But they did their test and decided that she was not fit.
What? It's Sunday.
Day fun day.
Have I looked outside? No, why? Yeah? Yeah? What are you talking about? What? You think it's 8 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. How did you think it was 8 o'clock in the morning? Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Okay, so if anybody at all is curious, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't know where I'm going. Like, if I had to take a wild
But you sure are going.
Yeah. I think I have an idea of what's going on. Kratos, please. Like, my life is already like concerning and I'm not enjoying all of it. Get in the hole.
Get in your hole.
Alright, so I need to do this. There's no way this is gonna stay. Yeah, it's already about drained. No, that was not it. That was not it at all. I don't even know where I am now. Oh.
Oh boy.
This is where I needed to go.
But yeah, when I say she's suing Trump, I mean it's one of those like lawsuits where like everybody is being sued. Which I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're just gonna give the money that she's suing for and go on with their life being the way they are.
Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't she like lose? Like she was taken off the Olympic team or whatever the fuck. Oh, so like the boxing people, yeah, they were like, nah, she's not a woman. She can't box with the women. That was the decision that they came to. They decided that nah, she's not a woman, so she can't box with the women. And when when the controversies do come out, Bruno Mars is gay. They decided that indeed, like the Olympic people, decided that it wasn't cool. Not the Olympic people, but the what you call it? The boxing association thought that it was unfair that the Olympic people allowed her to continue to box, even though they had already given them their findings on like her gender or whatever, on her like scientific like sex, positioning or whatever the fuck. That's what they had decided. And if I'm not mistaken, the BPA or the BAP or whatever the boxing people are called, they decided that they were going to give the money so like the girl who lost to her, the girl who like tapped out, she was like, yeah, I thought she was gonna kill me. They decided to give her the prize money she would have won if she had taken, if she had like stayed in the match. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but everybody had decided that they didn't like, oh no, she's not a man, she's a man out here beating up on women. She was never a man. She never identified as a man. From the moment she was born into this world, she was born with both sets of genitals, and so therefore she had, both sets of chromosomes. Her parents decided for her what her gender would be. I'm going to die. Oh, maybe not. Her parents decided for her what her gender would be. She never had a say-so in it. None of that. Like she wasn't a fucking man. And I don't know, man. This is all coming from the same motherfucker, like Trump being the same motherfucker who is like, is Kamala, is crazy Kamala, is she black? Is she Indian? Like, what is she? And like, I didn't know who Kamala Harris was until Joe Biden. I didn't even know how to say the woman's name properly until all of this bullshit started. Like, I didn't. Like, I was calling her Kamala like fucking Kamala Khan. Goddamn, like, I didn't know. Kratos' abilities. Thank you. Kratos' strength changes from situation to situation.
Yeah.
Because, like, what's the reason that he was able to do that? What was the reason that he was able to do that?
He's as strong as he needs to be in the moment.
In the situation he's in.
Because I will say, like, the new God of War games, they do pretty much keep his strength consistent throughout. Like, he's as strong as he is at every moment.
All right, calm that down. All right, we're gonna stop at that checkpoint. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the episode. Because I'd like to go get something to eat and go ahead and make tomorrow's lunch before it's late and then I have to do stuff. And I got to pick out my clothes. But to be fair, I've done all the stuff today that I wanted to do. I have recorded. I did not plan to record. Cannot stress to you enough. I did not plan to record today. I could knock out these next 2 episodes, but I don't want to. So I won't. Ouch. That hurts. Mm-hmm. But no, like, yeah. So, like, the idea, like, these people are being spurred on by Trump by calling this woman a man, even though she's not a fucking man. This is the same dude who questioned whether or not Barack Obama was even an American citizen. It's like, oh, I want to see his birth certificate. And it's like, all right. And then he saw it and it was like, oh, fuck, he's American. But, like, I'm pretty sure he was like, nah, this is fake. Like this isn't real. But I will say Jordan Kepperson from The Daily Show, at least that's not your name, sir, I do apologize. He did this thing where he went to a Trump rally and he was talking about how like he was talking about that the Obama birth certificate thing, and yeah. the people who didn't believe it was like, he was like, well, his mom was there at the time of his birth. Is she not like a good candidate? And he was like, well, nah. They was like, nah, like, she has a reason to lie, so we can't trust anything she says. And then when posed the exact, because this is what they do in general, when he posed the same question about Trump to them, they were like, well, no, she's trustworthy. It's his mother. Like, hypocrisy is the thing they're great at. They don't know shit else. And I kind of understand it a little bit. Like, I do. I think we as people, like, and I've said this before, when we choose the person that we like, it's hard to say that that's not a good person. It's hard to be like, yeah, he was my friend, but he's not really a good guy. You know, because, like, it comes back to you. Well, you chose him. It's like, yeah, that's cool. It's like, I didn't know he was, killing puppies in his basement when I started hanging out with him. I ain't holding it against me. But no, like, back to the original topic, yo, for black people choosing to vote Trump because they think he's done a lot for them, you're wrong, period. It's not subjective. He hasn't done anything for you. It takes a long time for anything a president wants to do to come to fruition. It takes a long time. A lot of the things that you think Trump did for you, not including the stimulus package. He's not the one who pushed the stimulus package through. Someone else did. I forgot who the lady was, but it was a woman who it was her idea to, like, do the stimulus package, and she made it happen. And the only reason it had to happen is because Donald Trump lied about he downplayed how severe the COVID-19 pandemic would be. He's the reason over 3 million people fucking died to the goddamn to the virus in America. He's the reason the stimulus package was necessary, because no one was spending any money. The economy was falling apart. The stimulus package wasn't like, hey, thanks for being so cool, guys. It was literally so.
No, it's like, we need people to spend money.
Yeah, it's quite literally that. We need y'all to spend money because businesses and shit are failing. And on top of everything else, it was going to make him look bad. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you want to sit there and say, well, what did Kamala do when she was vice president? She did what Biden told her to fuck to do, because that was a fucking job. But what about all those people she put in jail? You mean when she was a district attorney? When her job was to be the attorney for the fucking district? You mean when she was doing her fucking job? First off, a lot of people like to say, like, she put a whole lot of black men in jail. No, she didn't. Like, just straight up, she didn't. Like, a lot of the people that she tried for drug charges, they didn't go to prison. That wasn't her aim. She, if I'm not mistaken, she's the reason that, like, certain drug charges aren't considered like felonies, because marijuana is not really a drug, regardless of what anybody will tell you. Like, most people who get high on weed don't do meth and crack shit. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, in the hood, if you will, like, fighting for territory to sell drugs is a problem. That does lead to death and violence. But it's more about, like, them not having an opportunity to make money and, like, being tired of being poor than, like, ooh, love that weed. That ain't what it's about. It really isn't. But yeah, like, that's what it comes down to. I'm not voting for Kamala because she's black. Like, even though Trump asked, would you rather the black president or the white president? Did you see that shit? Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
And I thought, like, well, there's more context to this, obviously. Nah.
No.
He said the shit and walked off stage. Like, when it comes down to it, if you are a minority and you are voting for him, you are dumb. Not because I don't like him, but because he don't like you. Straight up. He doesn't care about you. Like, he is definitely, like, states are setting it up to make it difficult to quantify the votes for the election. Like, it's already happening. Like, he's determined to make it to where he can't lose by crook. Not by hook or by crook, but by crook. Like, he's trying to steal the election. The thing he has 34, like, he has all them fucking felony counts for. He ain't learned shit. He is still under the impression that as a white man, he can do whatever he wants.
It's still wild to me that he's a convicted felon running for president.
And please believe that he is his plan, as far as I understand it, like the thing that makes the most sense. He needs to get the presidency so he can throw out his convictions. That's the plan. Because, like, if he doesn't win the election, like, him going to prison is on the table. So simply put. And it's like the people who vote for him, when I say you're dumb, I'm not saying you're dumb because you disagree with me. I'm saying you're dumb because you're voting for you're supporting somebody who don't give a fuck about you and is actively the worst thing that's going to happen to you for a very long fucking time. And the wild part is, like, by the time, like, if he gets it in office and does the shit he wants to do, by the time you realize you fucked up, it's too late. He plans to not be able to be removed from office. That's his plan. Like, he wants to, like, turn America into, like, North Korea. He don't want, like, he doesn't want to let democracy fucking reign. That dickbag wants to be the eternal president. Forever.
He wants to be the dictator.
He's gonna put
the king. That's what he wants.
Yeah, because all it is like he needs y'all to love him. At the end of the day, that's what he needs. He needs y'all to love him, and he needs y'all to think highly of him. Like, Trump, like, it if I posted a tweet today that said Trump was right. N words, I don't want to get the video flagged. N words are the most terrible people ever. He'd retweet that shit because as long as it says Trump was right, he's happy. Like it would. Like especially if I put it in a fucking article, if I wrote an article that simply said I hate to admit it, but Donald Trump was right, and then just said a bunch of racist, fucked up shit, and then at the very bottom was like these are all the things he thinks he believes. Like he'd retweet it without reading the fucking article. He's done it. Like he's actively done it. Reposted content that like praised him, even though it went against, like it wasn't in his best interest for his campaign. But most likely, by the time anybody watches this, the country will either have exploded, or like we'll be doing better. Like hell, by the time anybody actually gets this far in the video, we might be like 3 or 4 presidents beyond this nonsense. It might be 2060 before somebody watches this entire not only this entire video, entire fucking like series. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that we got political, but as
America, and,
as a poor black person in America and as a poor gay person in America, we have shit at stake here. Is the best way I can put it.
We both would like to keep existing the way we exist.
Yes. And I do love the idea that this motherfucker has people believing in late-term abortions. Like, he is...
Like the idea that, like, they're about to be born tomorrow and they're trying to kill them.
No, Mark. He's talking about babies that have been born and then being aborted.
Oh, that.
I forgot about that. He said that in California, you can abort a baby after it's born. And everybody's like, well, first off, that's murder. And it's not true. That is not... First off, it's not true, but he kept fucking saying it. He kept fucking saying it. It's insane that, like this dude, and he's worse than me. Donald Trump can, like, fucking get in front of a podium and just talk and talk and talk, even long after he's had nothing else to say. Like, he'll really hit you with a, I don't know. And then just stand there and, like, try to think of something else to say. He likes letting people hear him talk, which I think is cool, dude. You don't have to be president for this. Just make a podcast.
You can just start a podcast.
People can tune into that shit. And on top of that, you can start saying nice things, be a better person, and people won't think you're a piece of shit. I fucking hate Joe Rogan. Just like I think Joe Rogan's a terrible podcaster. Like I think he's a fucking terrible host. But fuck, I'd rather him be on a podcast being boring and saying nothing than trying to run the country while being terrible and saying nothing. Get out.